Austin. The big bus came to my and Joe's ramp. Typical hot as hell summer day in Austin, so kind of tired everyone out pretty quickly.
And I just hung out like usual, got the lights out. I do wish we could have ridden it more, but it was what it was, and he's got to be happy with that.
We went to Empire and just sort of hung out for the day, signed posters, met with Tina and Tom and all the people who work at Empire.
I don't wear a lot of bracelets, just collect some.
Then we went up to the Ramp Ranch, which is the park kind of north of Austin a little bit, and it's BMXer run park, so it's always really cool and friendly for bikes. And I hadn't been there in a while. There's some new weird obstacles that it's fun to plan.
Like 225 degrees in there. People just riding half naked with their shirts off, and Garrett Byrnes was destroying the place.
Oh, next day morning we're supposed to leave. We all want to ride this ramp. It's called the Banana Farm. It's our friend's ramp.
It should be called the Mosquito Farm because there's no bananas there. Just a sausage fest with a bunch of mosquitoes everywhere. Thank God for mosquito spray. That's all I can say.
It's kind of a privileged spot. Some skater friends of ours own this ramp that's kind of like the antithesis to the T1 ramp. It's like totally pieced together and crazy and metal and just weird transitions everywhere, which makes it really fun and interesting. And every time you go there, you can figure out a different line.
It's very cool setup. It's all very crazy, and like all the trainings, like I don't know, some lines they don't really meet together and stuff, but it's so much fun because you have to figure out all these lines. All the trainings too, they are weird and different, and pocket airs, and it's a lot of fun to ride a place.
played my bass on the bus for a while just to stay in practice, and I bought some little origami book, and so a bunch of us tried to figure out how to make paper cranes.
We drove through Dallas that night, then rode at Allen skate park the next day.
Get out of here.
It's really, really big, lots of spread out stuff and lots of different stuff.
It was ridiculous. Like, I mean, I knew that it was going to be good, but I had no idea how good it was going to be. I can't even believe it's in Texas. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I would drive up to the Northwest specifically to ride, you know, drive 26 hours, and now I only have to drive 3.
Once we got there, it kind of felt like the trip really started because we'd left my hometown. So then we got in the bus. It was raining when we got there, which kind of scared us all. We thought it might be canceled.
The skate park was all soaking, there was a bunch of kids all bummed, but luckily the sun came out and it got dried up and there was a decent session by the locals.
Come on, Garrett, hurry up.
I don't want to sweat up the kid's helmet. He's nice enough to let me borrow it, so...
We weren't really sure what we were doing. They weren't demos because we weren't like demonstrating anything. We just rode with people who were there. Just get to hang out with the local riders and see some different scenes through their perspective, and didn't feel like we were too intrusive, shutting down the parks and like making a big spectacle. We just came out and hung out and rode with people, talked to them.
While you're over there, buy a raffle ticket. They're only $1.
It was a pretty mellow session, just tons of kids like joining in, and then Matt Hoffman showed up and just completely killed the place.
And like took one warm-up run, and I think his next run was like no-handed 5s and flares and all this crazy shit in the deep bowl.
I actually done a no-handed 540 and he was talking in the middle of it. That's how dialed he is.
Where's the coping?
Just taking off and talking the whole time.
Then he ate shit, did a big belly flop.
Why am I amazed but not amazed in the slightest bit? What kind of scene is this?
It is the Matt Hoffman Park, so he owns it in more than namesake. That day after OKC, we just had a really long driving day. So hanging out in the bus for long drives is really fun. It's like being in someone's living room, you know? You just hang out and watch movies and get to talk to all these people that you don't get to see enough of, like the rest of the Etnies team. And I enjoy traveling like that a lot, better than flying for sure. since we'd got there the night before, we had the whole day to kill. We went and rode some street in St. Louis, and Stu Johnson called in some friends to take us on a tour.
Nobody getting me a job in a big name band. You mean a job wangling these drums? The guy teaches me drumming down there, says that I'm a natural. Can't miss, he says. Arms made of pure gold.
And Garrett was just, I don't know, it was cool because Garrett's working as a union worker now, operating heavy equipment, and he's got like a full-time job now, and you could tell that just the opportunity to be on the trip like this versus working 9 to 5 every day, you know, he took full advantage of it, and every place we went, he was just going nuts. We went to the St. Louis Arch, and which is, well, everybody knows what the hell that is. And I don't know, I just kept thinking of the guy that climbed up it in suction cups and jumped off it with a parachute.
What's that one called? Real Ramp Riders Park, which was a cool scene. There's this huge park up on the second floor of this old warehouse. I don't know, it just had that real skate park feel.
Everything pretty much he wanted riding apart, big hips, kids blasting everywhere, making us look like retards.
Drove really, really far. Couldn't believe there was a park out there. We're just driving down these old country roads, and all of a sudden there's a skate park out in the middle of a field.
A lot of the Midwest guys I haven't seen for a while showed up. It was a really good session. Saw Freimuth.
Man, all I know is someone on that bus is signing my titties.
Kachinsky was there, shredding. The next day was Toma, Wisconsin. One of the demos was scheduled in some resort, but we didn't really know what it was, but it was in Jellystone Park, actually, Yogi Bear's Park. But the skate park's actually next to a big water park. It's just a resort for families. It's really bizarre.
Jellystone's the spot. Here goes Kevin. Watch Kevin. It's all right. I give it a 4 out of 11.
There's this kind of hip, and it wasn't too big, but it was sort of far, and Sergio was near me, and he had just jumped it, and I'm like, you know, do you have to go fast to jump this hip? And he's like, you gotta go so fast. I don't know how Garrett can do it from here. You gotta really go fast. So I'm like, all right. And I roll in for this hip and just start cranking. And I jumped it, and all of a sudden the landing just went by me, and it was gone, and I was out in the middle of nothing and landed on the concrete and flew off my bike, gave myself a little whiplash.
Pretty much rode there for like 5 or 6 hours all day long till it got dark. Ruben was going mental on his ball, like a bee in a can.
I think you better listen.
Listening.
Next day we just drove for a while, just through some weird little Midwest towns.
Where's the flex down?
Then we came to some rock quarry, we went there. It was a bit sunny, so Taj just pretty much played bass next to the RV while all these little kids were just throwing the flares. And the rest of us went to check out this cliff jumping spot. It was fun. There was people swimming there. We swimming in there with like fake legs. People jumping off cliffs.
Let's see it.
Good form. I give it an 8.5.
The next stop was Detroit, where we also went to visit Alvis. It's a very old, famous bike shop.
I used to work at Albi's a long time ago, so it's kind of fun to go back there after years of being away. And they set up a little launch ramp about a foot tall in the parking lot, and Garrett did some stuff on that and some locals. And then we went to some dirt jumps, which were pretty rough. We spent a little bit and fixed them up. Some shovels, you know, and like fixed them up a little bit so we could ride them. But then we went to some sketchy little full pipe, like real small tranny. It's pretty fun. I don't know. Full pipes are always good.
You know you can't hold scotch 'cause you got no job. Instead, you got the electricity.
Last demo was in Al Vance Park in Detroit.
You know it's coming out. Unlucky birds will return. Unlucky birds for you and me. Unlucky birds to sing up here, they sing ring, ring. Said I wanted to depend now. Gonna make another end now. Another end now. To depend on now. Said I wanted to depend now. Gonna make another end now. Another end now. To depend on now. I wanna live like a mole down in my hole. Bury in the ground and make the mountains fall. Looking at the future that I people. Here it comes now. Unlucky birds will return. Unlucky birds for you and me. Unlucky birds, they sing up here, they sing ring, ring. Said I wanted to depend now. Gonna make another end now. Another end now. To depend on now. Said I wanted to depend now. Gonna make another end now. Another end now. To depend on now.
Oh yeah. I hit my ass so hard I saw stars.
Watch out! Jesus, mind your head, here he comes, here he comes, here you go!